1 second here. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for that accidentally closed out OBS there. Technical mistakes do happen, but we're going to go ahead and get into the thick of it here. We don't have the time to waste, the luxury of just chilling, because we've got the opponents in Wanted Vigilantes facing off as we speak against Just Esports. Ooh, Anders just setting an onslaught to Just Esports and now trying to add a little insult to injury with this nade right here and now. And there it is. Wanted Vigilantes working their way up to 3 kills. Nicely done. All right. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I just realized I got to change the title. Man, that was a tough in-the-moment mistake to make, but mistakes do happen. Here we are, back in full swing. And Anders now one of 2 remaining hopes here for Wanted Vigilantes. They lost Skur and Illusion fairly early on, but the looming threat in front of them remains in the shape of godlike NA. Now, whether or not they're going to be able to handle that is yet to be seen. Speaking of yet to be seen here, we got Aton holding a nice gatekeep against Jaguar Esports. So I think I'm going to pull that up on the alt cam here just to catch eyes. Oh, my apologies. Got to work that back into the equation too after restarting OBS. So we'll go pull that up on the main. Switching over to Aton Esports, boasting a very healthy 10 kills already. They're looking in full form, especially considering that they are still a 4-piece team here. So realistically, this is the progress that they needed. This is the big jump, the big leap forward that they needed to make. All right. Well, I got to get that alt cam going here, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me for just a brief moment as we reactivate it. All right. Well, Victex of Jaguar is down, leaving Gigi and Leoncino and Milo's remaining as a 3-piece. However, in their favor, this kind of tends to be the nature of Python, is a slow kind of battle of patience. But Aton covering his teammate as they swim across the little small riverway. No time for even really calling that swimming, but what else is happening on the playing field outside of the regions of Painan? Well, not a whole lot at the moment. So I think we'll stick around here. All right. I just realized. Okay. I'm going to change this thumbnail as we speak so people know that it is still the final event. All right. Got it. We got it. Okay. Deadinmonthtournament. And PUBGMOBILE. Okay. Shots fired outwards from GG's onto the opposition in Lycans. Not getting the connecting damage that was necessary there, but keeping the pressure on even from a distance. Now that goes to exemplify a great point for the map itself. Sandhawk, even when you are close to your opponent, there is just so much condensed geography here that you really might not be as an immediate of a threat as you might initially think. For instance, take a look-see at how close these teams are, and the fact that Godlike and Jay Nepal aren't firing on each other right now just goes to show that they don't have that line of sight. Neither team here would be wasting a single millisecond and not shooting at their opponent if they had that line of sight from that distance. But now we are down to the end game of round 3, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 3v3v4. Jay Nepal, Godlike, and Aton to duke it out. for round 3. Well, that is 2 members of J Nepal downed like a bad habit right there. And then, so that is going to leave things pretty hectic here. It's going to be Lucifer and Lucifer and KK. Once again, Lucifer is one of the last remaining members on the team. And boy, oh boy, GG working a rotation towards the opposition here. But doing so, let's take at least a little bit of credit where credit is due and notice the spread on Aton Esports. A full spread here, given that they are only 3 people. I mean, it's a confident move. But yeah, they got the reason to be here. And honestly, if you're not placing well enough to say we might not make this advancement, we might not even be in the running, let's just go make our mark known. Why not? And here you see him with 15 kills. If they get this gold medal finish, they have to be in the running. So, jinx is all around, because now it's down to Leoncino and Milos up against this 4-piece, pardon me. Nope, 3-piece of Godlike. Still technically a 3v3, but with 1 member pulling a revive, 1 member needing to heal, and 1 member doing Overwatch cover fire, that's Milo, it really is a 1v3 for the time being. GG did get revived and healed up, so now we're back to a fair fight to end our 3rd of 4 rounds of the day for my very own Dead in June tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in-game. Let's get it going. We'll get the alt cam up as well because we got some, oh, pardon me, we do have some sneaky snakes, and I will prove it. Just one little moment, boom, deactivate, reactivate. And apparently not. So we're going to get that off of the view for now. All the technical issues have to happen in finals. But, oh, Milos is down. So now we do have this. With a low ground disadvantage, GG still wrecks into Astro. Retaliation served fast. Now it's all riding on Leoncino to finish the job. Boy, what a rough pill to swallow. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Any way you look at it, that's got to be game over. But the live event is over. Okay, well, let me open up my own channel here for a change and get this going. So I will have to repaste this UC code link before we continue going through the scores, just to make sure that we don't lose track of everything. All right, pin messages, bam. So, hitting it now, and here we go. We just went through 5 UC codes, I believe. Let me double check on that just to be sure. Oh, really? Really, bro? Pardon me, ladies and gents. Of course, when OBS closed, my access to those did as well. So give me one moment. Pulling them back up. All the technical issues all at once. I love it. I love it. I love it. But we'll be okay. Round 6 for UC codes is going to be coming at you in just a brief moment. So if you're not already sitting by your computer with the page pinned to the top of the chat pulled up, you're definitely going to want to do so right here and now, because we're going to go ahead and do it right. Meow. The 6 UC code worth 600 UC, ladies and gentlemen, is bum-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum CKEQZMOZS8N. CKEQZMOZS8N. And that is going to be redeemable for 600 UC at the link pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. But ladies and gents, you've got to give credit where credit is due. Godlike never giving up. And boy, did they come in guns a-blazing and very aggressively with blood on the mind, able to acquire 21 kills. Count them up, ladies and gentlemen. 21 kills to the team's name. That is literally over 1/4 of the playing field goes down to Godlike alone. Very nicely done. Aton Esports, nothing wrong with silver, and they're going to do so with a very healthy 15 kills to boast as well. Jay Nepal in third with 2 kills from Yoa Raji. We got, let's see, 4th place. I said we got 4th place going to the Lycans with 3. Black Mamba in 5th with 1 kill from Cat God. The Jaguars in 6th with 4 between Saba and Victex. The Wanted Vigilantes wanted in 7th place at 3 kills to their name. We got 8th place going to Just Esports with 3. The Puppeteers stringing into 9th place yet again with only 1 kill to speak of, and that's from Ben Chillin. The Passion Fruit Crew in 10th with 6. Mizexis in 11th with 0. 12th going to In Hyper with 3. The Deuces Family coming in 13th this time around. Hey, it's better than 20th with 0 kills. This time it's 13th with 1 from Gabby. We got Infinity in 14th, but with a big onion to speak of. YKG, another tough one. 15th place with 1 kill from 24K. The Criminals in 16th with 1 from What's His Name. Tiny Fan Club in 17th with 3. Excused in 18th with 3. Execute in 19th with 1 from Killswitch. And the Rude Dudes politely finishing without rudely eliminating anybody in 20th and last place, 0 kills. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is 3 rounds action, mayhem, and strategy, and all the different geographical map covers that we're going to have for the day. But we still have 1 round ahead of us. 1 round remains to determine who wants that $450 the most. Well, what better way to end the night than where it all began? Of course, I am speaking of Erangel. Same way we did round 1. We'll end the night the same way we began it in just a few short moments with round 404 of my very own RedEyes $450. What? Yes, I did. $450 Dead in June tournament finals brought to you and sponsored by Hunter of Gunmen, Glacier Gaming, Crafton, and Lightspeed Studios in just a few short moments. Stick around. We'll be back soon. Alrighty, well, all you cutie patooties, welcome back to our fourth and our final round of my very own RedEyes $450 Dead in June tournament finals, brought to you and sponsored by Hunter of Gunman, Glacier Gaming, Crafting and Lightspeed Studios. Not going to waste anybody's time here. So while we do have this brief moment, we're going to go ahead and go into the overall scores. Copy and replace. There we go. Oh, bam! Here they have it. As it currently stands, godlike, holding the lead 5 points ahead of Jaguar. In Hyper, currently in third, 10 points behind second place. And things are going to get a little bit thick between In Hyper and Execute, as they are tied neck and neck at 34 points for that third and fourth position. And then there is yet another gap. Aton holding fifth place, 10 points behind fourth place, and so on and so forth. But no time to waste. We are going to go ahead and get into the thick of it. We're concluding the day the same way we begun it, ladies and gentlemen, and that's going to be with the very first map ever introduced. What in the heck is that? Okay, sorry about that. I don't even know what is going on with that. All right. For some reason, we're picking up on my OBS, but we'll just go ahead and play along with it. So, anyways, no need to continue that. Final round, as you can see by the flight path, not perfectly central, but close enough that it's going to leave a lot of drop options, but we could be due for some early game confrontation with a path like this. So let's go ahead and get into the thick of it by tuning in to Team 22 Puppeteer. Already, they are landing right on top of the opposition in Excuse, and yep, we can hear the shots already being let loose as Hang, with nothing but a pistol and no helmet, keeps the pressure on one house over Mr. Excuse's own Matt. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you aren't aware, if you're able to count, you might have counted. We've only done 6 UC codes so far, and we're in our final match. What's that mean? We're going to be doing 2 more during this match and 2 more after it ends. So, you got to stick around for the full event if you want the best chance at winning. But look at this. You got a dong on the roof, and with only one teammate close by, I believe that's Hang, pardon me. Yeah, they could be in a conundrum. They got 3 members of Excuse right on them with an outlier, which is Kai. And that is not a position that they're going to want to be in. That off angle is what really gets me nervous. What else is happening on the playing field? A lot of things are happening on the playing field. As entertaining as this is, In Hyper, potentially, pardon me, not In Hyper, going to be actually the J Nepal crew facing off against Team 5. That's going to be Passion Fruit. We'll get that up on the alt cam. And no, we won't. Alrighty. We'll try to get that going again. But off in the distance, it actually looks like Passion Fruit being picked up a little bit of a off angle, and it did not work in their favor. Sixless is down, leaving it up to Zuko, Valak, and Juancho. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Zuko would be pretty close to this threat of criminals, just holding position, understandably so. All right. Well, RedEyes does not like to be predictable. So when's he going to do that last UC code? It's going to be right meow. All right, not the final. The, I guess, 7th UC code of the night is CKEQZMPZAV6. Redeem that at the link clickable at the top of the YouTube chat. Ooh, no time to waste. Puppeteer going off in the distance. We're going to catch a brief eye, see what's going on with that. It's been chillin' who secures the takedown, but looks like the remainder of the boys are a little closer up to the action. So, let's get into it. All right, we got Hang pushing up with that Honey Badger 762 CQC weapon. A lot of haters on it, but I'm a fan. But Hang is hanged out to dry there. So it's going to be relying upon Reckless, Dong, and Ben Chillin here. Reckless cooking up a utility of his own, while Ben Chillin very likely has taken the focus. Nope, must be Dong taking the focus here. Yes, he is. Draco is giving his full attention over here. Now, Dong, running low for just a brief moment, needed to reload, rocking 2 CQC weapons here. The Honey Badger UMP combo, probably more so out of necessity than preference here with that Honey Badger, given the circumstances. But been chilling, taking a little bit of damage, still working his way up to try to assist his teammates who are already in the throes of battle here. Oh! Juancho of Passion Fruit off in the distance. Let's catch that up on the alt cam. Nope, let's not. Apparently that ain't gonna happen. Oh, wow. I keep forgetting that it's not registering it, but I think I can fix that just really quickly. Yeah, this should be it. Oh. Okay, well. Yes, there we go. Finally, we're going to get a look at it on the alt cam here. And here you see it, Passion Fruit holding off the opponent at bay and still trying to secure their revives if possible. Not really going to be a lot going on at that end. I guess it looks like they've eliminated the competition. So if we're not going to be watching them fight, let's get eyes on Jaina Paul on the alt cam up against the likes of Godlike. Now, Godlike, you know, as we have noted, has put up one heck of a late performance in these last 2 matches, but let's not discredit how well they did in the first 2 rounds. So well, in fact, that when they didn't dominate a playing field, they were almost kind of put in the background. But that's kind of where they shined, where people were not really thinking about just how many points they have accrued. And so now they hold a, I believe it's a 5-point lead. And oh, Jaina Paul putting a hurting right there and then on Godlike. Tell you what, let's get that up on the big screen. All right, well, Astro holding the off angle alongside his teammate Rhea. It looks like Neo has been downed, so it's going to be on these two up against, I believe, yep, a 3-piece of Jaina Paul. Nades have been thrown, not like to hit the mark. As I say that, Neo is barely clinging to life with just about 15% health here, so I choke on those words. And it looks like Puppeteer going to be having at it once again in the distance. Puppeteer pretty close by the last hope for the opposition, which is Excuses Matt, and the deed is done. Matt is out of there. Excuse eliminated fairly early on yet again. Well, what's going to be happening here? I don't know. It looks like a lot of pre-fires and still realistically a 2v2 scenario between these guys. And as I say it, Neo still just desperately needing to heal. Astro can only hold him off for so long, and the deed is done. It's down to the one himself, Neo. Can he do some matrix maneuvers here and come out victorious in this 1v2 scenario? Outnumbered, outmanned, outgunned. It's gonna be an apology to Godlike, because they still had Rhea up and about. That is my mistake, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first mistake I've ever made in my entire life. You can document the date and time. It'll never happen again. All right, catching eyes on Mezexis. Why? Because they're currently the deli meat in a peanut butter and truffle sandwich. The sandwich bread, of course, being the likes of Infinity, Aton, Passion Fruit, and Godlike. This is stuck in between a rock, a hard place, and 4 teams. So that is not the position that they're going to want to be in. As you can see, Baton already catching an early rotation. He's going to lead the way and do some scouting. But we are going to catch eyes on the likes of GK first of In Hyper. Why? Because he's not too far from the likes of Deuce's family. But you know what's great to notice? Look at the spread. In Hyper, in almost no time at all, and I don't even think it was intentional, currently just surrounding the Deuce's family. Now, this is where the experience is really going to play into effect. They're just going to dominate them if they catch wind of them, especially with 3 different angles on the opponent. That's a boa strat being perfectly executed if they wanted. However, now that I take a closer look at it, I think I might have to choke on my words for a second time here, because Deuces have the other end of that mountain range. They're probably out of the line of sight thanks to the geography of the map. All right, Aton gonna work their way in, but boy, yep, it's gonna be between them and Passion Fruit. Passion Fruit already reduced down to their final hope now. Just Juancho remains. They already have 5 kills to their name, but really want to leave a better residual taste in the playing field's mouth here. They want to make sure everyone knows why they were one of the invited teams. And yep, oh boy, we got action with Jaguar. I believe someone in the chat was rooting for Jaguar, so I'll tell you what, we'll give him a little bit of screen time. We see Saba perched upon the hilltop with an 8x SKS combo, thanks to that DMR buff somewhat recently. All right, where else? Other than Passion Fruit and Aton, it doesn't look like there's any immediate confrontation. I think I'm going to stay on Aton's GG because I'm not sure if he's aware, but you got a 4-piece of YKG Esports pulling up behind you, and that is not a team you want to turn your back to. Luckily for him, albeit unaware as he is of their location, he's just coincidentally choosing now to be the time to rotate out of the line of fire and reunite with his teammates elsewhere across the field. Looks like we're going to catch some action here for Chico of YKG right here and now as he's gaining ground on the Jaguars. And yep, the Rude Dude's off in the distance trying to make up for lost time, so to speak. We'll get that up on the alt cam as well. Yep, we see it right here. Manny at the forefront of this push and quickly taken down at the hands of Aton. That's going to leave it down to Bangu and Titan to finish the job. All right, well, not really much happening here from that point. So we got more stuff to tune into. Aton out of the frying pan into the fire, wrecking waste into the Rude Dudes. And once again, Rude Dudes just had a tough night. I mean, they worked hard to qualify to this, but ultimately it was a really discouraging night for them. I just hope that they can stay positive, be good sports about it, and know that these kinds of things happen. Every team has their bad days, and it's what you do moving forward from that point that's really going to make or break the team synergy. One of the things I like to draw attention to pretty frequently, even though this organization is not necessarily relevant in PUBG anymore, the Pittsburgh Knights, I think one of their strongest things that they had going for them in their peak was that they for the most part, never did any hyper drastic adjustments to their lineup, meaning they never changed out too many members at a time, and all their adjustments were fairly gradual. And even when atrocious mistakes were made, you know, on an individual's end, they realized that mistakes are part of the nature of it, and they stuck it out and continued to push forward as a team, building up their synergy and experience with one another. And I think that is how they rose to the peak that they did. I think that's another reason why Nova Esports, now in Hyper, is as renowned as they are. Well, YKG fears trying to catch eyes on the Jaguar on the hill. And boy, does he ever. 3x Scar L putting a full spray's worth of damage onto the opponent. Yeah, that's going to be enough to keep Jaguar a little bit at bay. I think we should give our attention to Team Infinity just in case they do square off against the first place holders, Godlike Esports. Godlike in hot pursuit. We see Neo does get one of them. Dylan is out of the equation. That's going to put a hankering on the remainder of the team. So it's still... Yeah, I think everyone else from Infinity has faded away from that altercation. You know what we're going to go watch is Casper the Friendly Ghost and his crew and Execute just laying waste to the remainder of Aton. But boy, here we have it. It's Milos trying to keep the pressure on, but now being swarmed upon. I said it earlier, like a hive of mosquitoes in a North Carolina summer. Execute living up to their name, and now the final hope for Aton. Leoncino thinks he's escaping their clutches, but really, he's just getting closer to YKG. What about outside the zone here, where the Infinity crew, led by Fried Rice at this particular moment, has an opportunity to gatekeep the like of the Lycans, but yep, it does not look like either team wanted to take that fight on, and so they're both going to prioritize rotation into zone. I've done one code so far. I still have another one to do. Alrighty. So it's going to be a bit of a waiting game, it looks like, for YKG. Interesting to see them kind of playing the slower game here, given they haven't exactly had the most ideal day so far. But one thing I do like to see is that, you know, they're not taking it that lightly. They still want to leave a message to the other tier 1s here in the party, say, hey, we came to have fun and do some tests. I think that's what today was about for them. Testing new things out, seeing if anything really worked for them that's new, maybe. But all things considered, probably not taking that first place as too high of a priority for them. Oh, but Chico driving through a thunderstorm of bullets. Yep, caught off guard, and now it's down to 3 members. Yi, TDM, 24K, and Fears. Oh boy. All right. Well, can Fears make it into zone on that burning vehicle? We'll see. He's driving out of the frying pan into the fire, but no time to waste as Execute and In Hyper prepare to face off right here and now. FSS, everyone in Hyper just trying to rotate, but looks like it's going to have to be the outlier, the koi in the pond off in the distance here, holding that little off angle to try to defend his teammates, giving them some sort of opportunity to heal up and prepare themselves for this CQC. I don't see a way of them really necessarily getting out of it, but as I say that, I'm watching Execute drive away from the altercation, so... Away from the altercation, I said, huh? Well, so it appeared. But looks like Koi isn't the only one in this pond. He's going to have a date with fate here, potentially, very, very soon to come. Yep, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Koi trying to, all dad jokes intended, swim in this pool of smoke here and just make it his new home. But Koi still catches those lucky spray and pray shots from, I'm thinking it's Mizexis off in the distance, and took a heap of damage, but is able to heal up, going to further exemplify just how crucial these utilities can be in a PUBG Mobile esports scene. But listen, we've seen what happens when you fish and throw dynamite in the water. That's just what happened. That Koi brushed to the surface, belly up. Now In Hyper, focusing on the rest of Execute, but look at the spread Execute is utilizing, catching FSS unawares. He focused in on the wrong one. No time to waste as In Hyper and Mizexis potentially preparing for an altercation of their own, and if so, they cannot forget about the other angle, the other elephant in the room, Execute. Oh boy, just driving around like a bat out of hell. We see Rin of In Hyper out there doing some fast rate scouting here for his team. Probably with the... Oh, he's not alone. I was going to say probably with the know-alls to be aware that he's probably going to be taken out in the process, but he's got a teammate with him. I choke on my words. So, while we have it, let's just get a bird's eye view on this alt cam. Bum-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum. Yup. All right, so we got Execute relatively close to Mizexis, but not really a lot happening on that field just yet. However, if you look out into this open field, let me zoom in a little bit closer here. Yeah, we got Aton holding off members of In Hyper as well as the Lycans. And this is a kind of a conundrum, a real pickle here for both the Lycans and In Hyper. And yes, of course, for Aton's Leoncino as well, because they do not really have anything but an open field to navigate through to work their way into this new zone. Or, pardon me, to work their way in this new zone. They are already in it, but open field, if that zone rotates away from them, they're gonna have to figure something out. And if they don't have the abundance of utilities necessary, it's gonna be a bad scenario for them. But look at this. Speaking of utilities, In Hyper utilizing them perfectly. GK first, wrecking his opponent and catching Fried Rice in a panic. And so Fried Rice jumped out of the vehicle prematurely, and boy, suffers the consequences of it right away. Speaking of suffering a wrong fate, getting eyes on fate of Execute Esports in this standoff here against the opposition in Wanted Vigilantes. Keep in mind, Execute, with 5 kills to their name, still a full 4-piece. That's the most important piece of the puzzle, that full 4-piece. You cannot place enough emphasis on being that full 4-piece come-in game. All right. All right, ladies and gents, we're going to go ahead and do it right now. UC code number 8 of the day is going to be CKEQZMQZJ7D. CKEQZMQZJ7D. Redeemable only at the link pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. First come, first serve. Only one person will be able to get that 600 UC. All right, Mezexis really trying to utilize what positioning they can here, but being in this open field, they are finding themselves in a real conundrum. Luckily, they do have this little shack, these 4 walls of cover, but it's not going to do but so much. And case in point, the Crow has fallen from the sky. Inactive is inactive at this point. It's Everest, the last mountain, and that mountain fell to an avalanche onslaught from the opponents. GK first, trying to secure a revive on his only remaining teammate before the damage is done. But here we go. The push is on from Wanted Vigilantes. Rin is back down. GK goes to join him, and just like that, Wanted Vigilantes eliminating In Hyper in round 4. No time to waste as the Lycans Morgue driving into a pool of WV members. And boy, Morgue might just live up to the inconvenience of his own name if he is sent to a morgue of his own here, but he has not taken a single bullet's worth of damage. Somehow, some way, he is thanking the Pub Jesus above. He is thanking his lucky stars. Xeno with a monster nade, but it's actually Morg's nade. On to Anders. Wow. Well, that's going to put a real tough spot here for Illusion. He has got to be just that, an illusion to the opponents. If he wants any extra placement, he's got to lay low and not draw a lick of attention to himself. Speaking of laying low, you would think Aton's Leoncino would not be willing to get the attention of this full 4-piece in front of him in the shape and form of Execute Esports. But if, there's no way to hide. You're in the smoke and they know it at this point. Open field, just kind of the nature of the ending zone here for round 4. Our participants are probably kicking, their feet. But me as an observer, I love zones like these. This is where it comes down to pure skill. There's not going to be any strategy to hide behind in terms of, do you get placement? Do you camp and lay low? No chance for that. No opportunity for that when you're at any point spottable. We got ourselves 3 teams remaining spread across 9 people. Pardon me. What are numbers? We got a 4v3v2. Probably a 4v4v1. So if Sino can somehow, some way, get caster cursed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have met the final match of the night, the in-game. It all comes down to this. The final showdown for the Dead in June tournament is going to be between Execute and their opponents in Lycans Esports. All right. Got Fate holding the back angle. Telly utilizing what geographical cover he can with that hay bale. Killswitch doing the same with this hay pile. But that 6x M4 trying to catch Xeno unawares. It's actually going to go be at the hands of Casper right there and then. And this is Execute in full confidence, full form. However, their friendly Ghost teammate. You got to just be aware. Lycans don't believe in Ghost. They ain't afraid of no Ghost. I am dad joking so hard right now. I'm cringing myself. These jokes are so corny. All right. Shots have been fired. Not really. Oh, I withdraw that. The moon has set now, and now it's all down to Morg. And ladies and gentlemen, game over right there and then. What a conclusion to the day. Golly. But you know what? Execute living up to their name. So you got to give them credit where credit is due. Execute finishing strong and doing so with a very healthy 12 kills. Give a lot of credit here to Fate. 7 of those kills go to him. Lycans finishing pretty strong overall when you consider it. Silver medal, second place finish, second place, and doing so with 8 kills. Coming in third, it's going to be, oh, wait, no, it's not. It's going to be a UC code. All right. Code number 9. UC code number 9 worth 600 UC is CKEQZMRZF9C. I'll leave that up here for about 30 more seconds. Aton Esports with the taste of that bronze medal on the tip of their tongue, but no chicken to speak of. Going to be taking third, but with 9 kills. That's a healthy number of eliminations and great placement. We got WV, the one of Vigilantes, coming in fourth, but with only 1 kill to speak of. Now, this goes to exemplify kind of a relic strategy here, an old strategy, one that pertains more to the old scoring structure where placement had higher emphasis. But ladies and gents, that ain't how it works in a RedEyes event. We go by updated PMPL official scoring, and as you can see, it's going to be emphasizing eliminations over placement. However, that's not to say that placement doesn't still carry a huge role. All right. 5th place going to the boys in Hyper, but with only 2 kills. GK First and Ren each take 1. Mizexis in 6th place and doing so with 8 kills. Pretty strong finish there. Godlike. Now, this is the team that everyone had to worry about as they took that first place positioning after round 3. And look, I mean, it's going to be a close one because while they didn't get great placement, the top 8 do get placement points, so they get some points from that, but also the 10 kills to their name. That's a very healthy elimination count. It might just be enough to pull through with that overall first place finish. We'll have to see. All right, 8th place going to belong to Infinity. Hey, Christy, will you let me know if final scores are released? I'm not sure if we'll have them in time for this stream or not, but we'll let you know, guys. We got Oh, we will not. I'm just getting word we will not have the final result scores. I am sorry about that. One of my staff did have to step away for the last round. Generally, though, you can't expect live scoring at all finals. Infinity in 8th place, but 0 kills to speak of. Puppeteer in 9th with 6 kills. We got YKG securing 10th. Again, I have a theory, and I don't know that it's true, but I have a theory that YKG kind of just needed a bit of a fun night. You know, maybe they work together and practice things, but if so, it's not going to be under that pressure bubble. They're not going to have the pressure of $10,000 riding on the line. No, this is a chance for them to compete against some of their tier 1 peers, as well as the open community, and try new things out. And I think they did that. And they stuck around all 4 matches. And honestly, can't ask for more than that. But 10th place, 0 kills is going to be the last impression that they make for round 4. The Jaguars, rough go of it in round 4. 11th place, 1 kill to Joko. We got the Deuces family. Well, a family that potatoes together stays together, and the Deuces family did just that in 12th place, 0 kills. Well, the Passion Fruit crew, honestly, I gotta say, I think Passion Fruit overall, for kind of just on a whim assembling this Justice League of celebrity, players, Zuko, Sixless, Valak, and Juancho, you kind of expect it from players of their caliber just to be able to have played with one another so much that they can kind of just jump into the equation and already have some synergy there. But I think they made a pretty good impression for the night, They another team I don't really think was eyes on the prize, so to speak, more so as this is our chance to practice a lot of these tactics and drills before, going into one of the really high-level events. And I think, it worked out pretty well. I think they did pretty strong, and I'm definitely going to be keeping a close eye on them moving forward. And also, huge shout-out to Valak, Sixless, and the Passion Fruit crew for openly volunteering to help promote the event. This was the 28th month of it, guys, and it's been a very, interesting and slow battle uphill, an uphill battle both ways, because where we go hop in and out of sponsorship, we have to switch platforms fairly frequently. And, just when it's all, solidified, that's when you lose a sponsor or something. So, I really do appreciate people who have the outreach and follower base, that are willing to do something like that. It means a lot to me. And it's for that reason I'm going to go ahead and invite Passion Fruit back for the $450 Dead in July tournament. There's my formal invitation to him right there. Also, I know Aton, reached out about social media posts. I really do appreciate you guys. I did see Valak and Sixless promoting it a little bit early too, so that it really does mean a lot. Well, the Rude Dudes finishing in 14th with 3 kills to speak of. But look here, the TFC crew entering round 4 as only a 2-piece. What does that mean? It means they knew where to cut their losses. The TFC crew did not have a good night, especially not for an invited T1 team. So while they did participate in the last matches, only a 2-piece, meaning that they cannot be scored. You need 3 tags in the finals to be scored, but you need at least a team of 3. So no, they're not getting points. Was this a wasted effort for them to come back for round 4? No, because by participating, they ensure that they do not catch a 1-month ban from Dead in July. So thank you for being good sports and sticking it out. All right, Jay Nepal coming in 16th place with 1 kill. 1 kill only, and that's going to be at the hands of Yoa Raji. Now, he's been responsible for majority of the team kills that I've seen, at least for the day. So definitely looking like he is their heavy backpack hitter for the night. Good on him. But we've got the likes of Excuse securing 17th this time around. Only 1 kill to their name, Draco. The Black Mambas slithering back further down the placement list here. Now at 18th place in this finish with only 1 kill from Papi Triste. Well, the Criminals, boy, crime doesn't pay, because 19th place, 2 kills to your name, not even remotely close enough to leave the mark that they were wanting. And same can be said about Just Esports. But you know what? I would rather have a team that doesn't get any points but sticks around and participates and supports the event than even a tier 1 team who has all the following leaving after like a 1 bad round. Good sportsmanship goes a long way in my book, so I really do appreciate it. But that's all there was. That concludes the Dead in June tournament, ladies and gentlemen, and you can keep a close eye on my Instagram for those score results. That's going to be Instagram.com/redeyes_streamer. But let me go ahead and paste my link tree. because it would mean the world to me if you guys could like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you can to show support for, maybe not just your teammates, not just your team, not just for the NA, region, maybe not even just for the event itself, but show a little support to me and my staff for going through quite a length of hoops to put this on for the community. It's no secret that the NA region is dwindling in comparison to a lot of other competitive regions. And so these tournaments, events like this are the bread and butter of what rebuilds that region. And this is one of only 2 opportunities in the entire region from a community event standpoint to recurrently compete against the Tier 1 pros on a monthly basis. There's only one other event that does that, guys, and that's going to be Aftershock Media Group's Titan Series, which, boy, do they ever do it up. They do $2,000 in prize pool winnings every single month. And that's from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Powerbang. And my buddy Clint Abyss, if you're not aware, you should be following him as well on his streaming his social media platforms. Phenomenal production manager on the back end. I do help with camera work, but that guy is a wizard when it comes down to those things. Same can be said about Goalie, T-Mags, Flip, all of the crew. You guys are definitely going to want to join Aftershock Media Group's Titan Series, as it is now open to the community, and they're going to be taking the month off, but coming back stronger than ever for their 3rd season. So be sure to follow them on all platforms and social media accounts at Titan Series GG. So that'll be youtube.com/@TitanSeriesGG, etc. All right. Well, ladies and gents, I don't want to waste anyone else's time. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure getting to cast this, the entire event, to you, the community. And I just want to say, this means the world to me. It's 28 months running. It's the 2nd longest event. Please, please, please do show support for things like this when you can. Everyone's got busy schedules, and that's understandable. But if you do have the time, please make sure to help promote future dates and stuff. As for the future of this event, it's still looking good. But having said that, we did find out that there's a potential from no consequence of this event or any of the previous streams. The viewer counts have been great this month, but unfortunately it does look like there's a high possibility of losing the access to those UC codes coming next month. And that has nothing to do with this event. It has nothing to do with the stream metrics. It just has to do with outside factors. But if that is the case, I will promise you here and now that there will still be UC giveaways every single night. There was too much of a boost in viewer engagement to not. And this is the only event that I'm not actively earning money on, and vice versa. I'm investing money into it. So I can't guarantee how much I can invest in the coming months, but I promise you that I'll do what I can. I also have, a staff that I have to pay out for it. But I haven't forgotten, like you think I have, the 10th and final UC code of the night, ladies and gentlemen. You ready for it? You ready for it? Yeah! All right, here we go. It's going to be CKEQZMVZB7A. Redeemable only one time, and that's only redeemable at the link pinned to the top of the YouTube chat for one person, first come, first serve. Who knows, that may have been the last 600 UC code that we get from sponsorship. But I promise you, there will be UC available to win for the duration and remainder of this entire tournament. Given how long that's going to go, who knows? But 28 months running, I am so proud of what we've accomplished so far. And a huge shout out to my staff. They bust their butts for basically for free. The amount that I pay them is not anything. They will never brag about making money from it. It's not a lot. It's definitely me getting the advantage here. But they do it for you, not for anything else, but to give to the community. So huge shout out to Christy and to Asia for their help tonight. And you know what? This is going to be a controversial thing to say, but you know, I want to give a huge shout out to a former staff member as well who busted her butt for me. I'm not sure what's going on in the outside, you know, PUBG community, but I will say Tiny was a huge asset to us and put on a lot of her time and effort to keep that event going for you guys. So while she may not currently be residing in our staff, she has definitely directly contributed to the growth of this event, and we appreciate her. All right, guys. Well, that's the conclusion of June. But now it's time to get to work, as we still have Dead in July. I start on graphic assets for Dead in July tomorrow. So keep an eye on my social medias, and if you're not a member of my Discord, you can see the URL in the top of the screen here. It's redeyesofficial.com, forwarding you straight to my event. Christy, did I give up that last UC code yet or not? I think I did. Okay, good. I did, because short-term memory isn't real. But guys, I thank you so much for being here. My apologies for the technical hiccup on my end. I accidentally closed out OBS. We lost a huge portion of viewers in the process, but thank you for those of you who did seek out the news stream and come to show the support. I'm going to let you guys out of here, and I will see you back for the $450 Dead in July tournament, the 29th installment of the Dead in Month series coming at you next month, and it'll be announced in just a few short days, so keep an eye out. In the meantime, I hope you all have a great night. Have fun, be safe, and be kind to one another. GG's.